All right, welcome in fire signs. This is your July monthly intuitive tarot reading. So I'm doing a little something different this month. So instead of doing the individual zodiac signs, I'm doing it by element. So fire sign, water, earth, air. And then I'll be doing a little bonus video as well, so make sure and check that out, where I'll pull a couple cards for then the individual zodiac signs, but I'll do it like obviously fire, so I'll do a couple cards for Leo and then Sag and then Aries. So make sure and check both out. This is a collective reading again for fire signs, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So the fire signs, like I said, are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So we've been waiting for this month. This has been a month that I've talked about since the end of last year. This is kind of reaching the climax of 2026, and it just happens to be right in the middle of the year. So there's a lot astrologically going on. Big stuff this month. So this is the month of the climax of everything that you've been building up or doing, putting energy in, doing healing, integration, changes. The first 6 months of the year are now going to culminate. So that's going to show up differently for all of you. It depends on where you are. You know, what's fated or destined for you, what changes need to happen, what sort of healing and integration. So we're going to dive in and take a look at what that is for fire signs. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple oracle first. We'll get some foundational energies. Definitely don't forget to take a look at the description and check out my Etsy shop, where I make handmade stone bracelets, which are energy tools. Also, my books. I have 2 books that I have out there that are around building your heaven on earth. Those are on Amazon. And then my website, if anyone is interested in a personal reading with me, where we can dive into you. Anything that you want to kind of tap into, work, romance, love, wealth, abundance, or general, or even if you're going through something specifically that you want to kind of get some advice, guidance around. All right, let's see fire signs. So diligence first. Action. And miracles. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. So I right away noticed with this diligent card, so diligence, we are in summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and you can see here underneath this bird down below is a very abundant kind of, you know, the harvest is very abundant here, very green. There's a lot growing here. So I kind of feel like you've really been doing your diligence, and I'm getting this like progress happening, a focus, and you're really growing a lot from seeds that you've planted, something that you've been putting energy and time into, or focus, or a desire or dream here. And I feel like finally, there's something that you need to take action on. There's an opportunity to take action, which is going to result in something really coming about that you've been waiting for, that you've really wanted to happen. And it has been growing. It has been really growing for you. But I think finally something really takes a shift here, and there's a call to action. And I'm also hearing this trust, because maybe this action comes out of nowhere, especially with the, you know, Mars conjunct Uranus that just happened on the 4th of July. It's like this, something that happens very out of the blue. And maybe there's a little hesitation or fear or caution of like, oh, should I do this? And definitely I think that's a yes. All right, we have Chris, and look at that. I just said I heard trust. Oh my gosh, Cave. Trust. Yes. Trust this miracle or how this is going to play out. Oh my gosh. Another miracle card. Rainbow waterfall. Okay, fire signs. This is just double solidifying that this is a month of miracles for you. And I did see this card, so I'm going to take it. Aspen Spirit Courage. Yes, this action is going to require some courage, and you're not sure, you know, what the result will be, but you know, again, this is very positive energy here. So trusting it, having the courage to take action or go into something here. So let's get more tarot and see what else comes up for fire signs. Look at that, endings and new beginnings here. Big endings and new beginnings. The Lovers. So there is a choice point here. There's definitely a choice to make in July. There could be something here also with relationship with the Lovers. And 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like money or wealth has been an issue or a focus here. There's been some challenge when it comes to money or abundance. This could also, for some of you, could be tied to a relationship, or just relationship love in general has been very, you know, there hasn't been anything going on. It's been cold. It's been not feeling the warmth of relationship for some time, but things are shifting here in July. The Chariot, yep, things are also going to move forward a lot faster in July. Page of Wands right in the middle. For some of you, I did pick up with this. The first thing that came up is children here. So there could be some factor around children. It could also be impacting relationship situation for you or lack thereof. But if children isn't, you know, apply to you, this Page of Coral is just like, there's a lot of fresh new things happening, a lot of new things, and especially when it comes to things that are fun and adventurous, and there's creative energy flowing here, and there's just a lot of new youthful energy, especially with the Chariot coming in. This could be a new relationship that's really starting off pretty passionately and fun. Justice. I'm gonna, for some reason, I feel like pulling the rest of the cards before I speak to them. Queen of Pentacles, we have the Devil, and the King of Cups. So sorry, this is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups here. Oh, interesting. So this is leaning more relationship reading coming here. So what I see here is there's a relationship here, and there's been a karmic situation that's been in the way of this coming together. Because this is like, these are the perfect pair here. This is a real, these are the soul match, the King and Queen of Cups. And this is a real deep love. Like, and I feel like there's definitely, this is like a destined, fated, and it's like divine timing here. But this Devil here, there's been things in the way of why this hasn't come together earlier in your life. Or there's been some karmic other relationships or karmic lessons that needed to be learned before this could happen. But I like that the Justice is here, because the karma is shifting and changing. It's like divine timing here with the World and Justice here. I think just this Five of Treasures also referring to just relationship in the past have been very challenging and have kind of haven't really filled your needs, filled your desires, and you almost felt very alone in past relationships, even though you were in a relationship. But this is changing here. This could specifically be talking to the situation, whatever side of the relation you're in. I feel like the king, so the male energy of the relationship. So it could be a physical male or someone who kind of, holds the masculine side of this relationship, had to go through something here first and get through this before you came together, so you didn't have to deal with this. I'm also picking up on a lot of like anxious attachment energy tied to the feminine of this side. And maybe that's you, or maybe who you put yourself in, what role fits. But the feminine energy here, I'm picking up on, dealt with like anxious attachment in the past. And so there is a lot of fear too around not ever finding the right person here. Again, for some of you, if children apply here, this is definitely around a past relationship here, and there was challenge when it comes to the children here, and that seems to be the center of the reading. So if you do have kids, that's been kind of your focus and maybe why you haven't really tried, to have a serious relationship. But things are really shifting here in July for fire signs. So let's get one for this Page of Wands. Let's get more information here. Strength, yep. And let's see the Five of Pentacles here, the Emperor. Someone was really controlling with money. There's very difficult people in the past that created a lot of difficult energy in your life or this person's life. And maybe they also had to do a lot of work to become the Emperor. There's like the Magician. Yeah, they had to learn their power and how to harmonize their power, how to become the version of themselves. Like they show up as the King of Cups, sorry. So that's very emotional energy. So there could be a lot of work. They did a lot of emotional work to also change their physical life and get out of, maybe they went through a very difficult situation or relationship in the past, but that they had to go through that to like learn about who they really are and who they want to be. And really they've done the work independently, especially the masculine. The masculine can do a lot of growth and work individually on their own more than, the feminine can as well, but the feminine actually becomes more elevated and becomes more of that Empress when she's in connection, in a healthy connection. So there's definitely courage and strength here to, this might be courage and strength to actually go into this relationship and trust it, and trust that this is something, obviously it starts out as new, but it's finding the courage to actually, want to go deeper into this relationship and commit. Let's talk to each of the Queen and King here. What's one for the Queen? What say you, Queen of Cups? Four of Cups. Yeah, she's had a lot of disappointments in the past. People have really disappointed her. And there's definitely this energy, like I said, around maybe, I'm never going to find that right person. Maybe it's not going to happen. For the Queen, an Eight of Swords. So a lot of feeling stuck. There's a lot of feeling stuck in like caught up in the old. Definitely when it comes to relationships or just in general in life, feeling stuck like in a pattern, not knowing how to get out of the pattern or certain relationships in the past that have been really disappointing. And let's talk to the King here. 10 of Cups. So what's interesting is the Queen is very like has been disappointed and like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna find this person, where the King is like, I'm ready for this person to come in. I'm ready for my Empress. I'm ready to have and to really, he's emotionally ready now, and he wants to have the whole shebang with and find the right person here. Six of Cups. There's a lot of nostalgia here as well. And this could also refer to like alternate lifetimes coming together. And when you connect with this person, it's going to be very nostalgic. It's like you knew each other before, especially on his side. And it's like a shift in perspective here. He's been very also stuck. Like there's also been past relationships and past just things that happened in the past that he felt very stuck. And like there had to be a shift of perspective here. And I think that has happened. He's definitely seeing things differently now. He's ready. I think the feminine has been ready, but there's just been a lot of uncertainty because of her past. Wow. So this is really around those of you fire signs that something's shifting. You've ended an old relationship. You're looking either like you don't, you feel like maybe you'll never find that person, or you're kind of at a crossroads here, like feeling like, I don't know. And the feminine's just, I feel like, been focusing on her life and growing her life, but I also feel like the king has as well. There's been a lot of the term due diligence, right? Doing the due diligence before you know, try to commit or get in a serious relationship, like really setting yourself up. All right, fire signs, this is a really interesting storyline, and this is exciting, and this is July, so by the end of July, let's see, let me know, come back, let everyone know like what unfolded, especially if this, you know, impacted you and this is spot on. So I will leave you with that, fire signs. Have a great July. Don't forget, the bonus reading will be in the, I'll post it in a different video, so definitely take a look at that. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.